judges are here this morning. They've all got dockets this morning, and I think Judge Strother wanted to address the court.
Judge Lewis, Commissioners, thank you all for hearing us this morning. As you probably are aware, the recent session of the legislature significantly amended the government code regarding magistrates. To make a long story short, the legislature conferred upon all magistrates the title of associate judge, and because that directly affects the jail magistrate, now will have the title of associate judge. It's also required, pursuant to that statute, that the jail magistrate be a licensed attorney. And this is Chapter 54A of the Government Code. Pursuant to that, the judges who hear criminal matters, Judge Matt Johnson, Judge Brad Case, and Judge Mike Freeman of the County Courts of Law, have met this morning and have unanimously determined to appoint Virgil Bain as the criminal associate judge. And had to be careful about those adjectives. That doesn't mean he's a criminal. He's an associate judge who hears criminal matters. And we have unanimously determined to appoint Virgil Bain. Mr. Bain is here. He has extensive experience as a municipal judge and as a licensed attorney for many years in this county. I think most of you are aware of him. Pursuant to the statute, we make the appointment. The commissioners have to determine the salary. We have provided you an order this morning that all of us have signed regarding that appointment. Now, it's going to be necessary probably that we tweak that order some to set out some of the duties that he will have, but under the statute, the judges who hear criminal matters can confer upon him a great deal of authority, including taking pleas, setting and revoking bonds, issuing search warrants, even picking a jury. The associate judge is not able to actually conduct a jury trial, but short of that, if the judge is determined to confer that authority that's listed in the statute on him, we can do that. We have not determined yet how much authority regarding those matters we're actually going to confer, but we can do so. Therefore, we're asking that the compensation initially be set at a level that is appropriate to the duties that he will have and may have in the future. So that's all we have. If any of you have any questions, fellow judges are here, and I'm here to answer any questions you might have. There were a field of 6 or 7 applicants. All of them were qualified, but after reviewing those applicants, we felt that Mr. Bain was the most qualified, and so we have made that appointment. And the rest of that is up to y'all. Oh, there is also don't ask me how the legislature actually came up with writing this statute, but while we make the appointment, Commissioners Court can authorize the associate judge to serve one or more courts. And so we're asking that as part of y'all's duties that you authorize him to perform these duties for the 19th, the 54th District Courts, and for the County Courts at Law Numbers 1 and 2. Those are the courts that hear criminal matters in the county. So we're asking that he be able to share the service with all of the courts that hear criminal matters. And y'all will have to issue that authority. And we're requesting that you do so. Thank you, gentlemen. Any questions?
I have a question. Would you mind if we defer that and with the job description that we can see specifically with the job description there as we determine the salary that would help us to receive specifically, what the job duties are relevant to the South.
Certainly, that's within y'all's authority to do that, but this becomes effective January the 1st. So, effective January the 1st, the current jail magistrate will not have any authority to act because he's not appointed.
Can we accept the appointment and defer the compensation?
I guess we ought to do that. I think that would be appropriate.
But of course, he's going to expect to get paid.
We know, but we determine that by job description and job audit. You said you haven't got it written now. I know we got to audit it.
Well, he'll certainly be performing all the duties that the jail magistrate currently does, which is, appointing counsel, determining financial indigency, that sort of thing, everything they're doing now. And I think the salary now, without being a licensed attorney, is $24,000. So,
Judge, how much work do you guys see this removing from your courts that would help in making these cases move through more efficiently?
well, that job is very important, and without it, all of our jobs that handle criminal cases would be much more difficult, and the Justice of the Peace would have to do all of that. And this job was created to have some consistency and some regularity. And I think if you talk to the people out at the jail, what they need most of all is dependability, somebody that's going to be there and able to do this every day, at least 5 days a week. I think the JPs fill in and do it on the weekends. But consistency and dependability is very important.
You had mentioned additional responsibilities that he may be able to take on as opposed to the previous person to serve in this capacity. That's kind of where I was digging in. Do you see that helping your court?
I know that's an important question, and we just have not been able, because this is all entirely new, we haven't been able to, it's going to be up to each individual judge what authority we confer on the associate judge. And we just haven't been able to explore that yet because it's all new territory. It's new to us. It's certainly new to you. So I can't really answer that yet. Maybe some of the other my colleagues might be able to answer what they might want to do. Gentlemen, do you all have anything you'd like to add?
Well, the statute outlines a lot more duties than the previous magistrate had. And so it could be anything listed in the statute. As Judge Strauss referenced, it could potentially be calling a docket for us when we're in trial. It could be taking pleas while we're in the trial. That happens frequently. I have to bump all my pleas off because I'm in a jury trial. And so it could wind up in that on some days. Because in the past we've just been judges to come in if we get tied up, but now we can call the magistrate. So there's a lot more expanded duties that are available.
Let me tell you, I'll go over the duties that could be conferred that are set out in the statute. This is section 54A.006 of the Government Code. A judge may refer to an associate judge any matter arising out of a criminal case involving a negotiated plea of guilty or no contest, a bond forfeiture, a pretrial motion, a writ of habeas corpus, an examining trial, an occupational driver's license, an appeal of an administrative driver's license revocation hearing, setting, adjusting, and revoking bond, the issuance of search warrants, including a search warrant under Article 18.0210, and that's what we call an evidentiary search warrant, and any other matter that the judge considers necessary and proper. And of course, this all involves just criminal cases, it doesn't involve the mental health caseload, by the way. But as you can see, those are pretty extensive powers that can be conferred on the associate judge.
Judge, one of the questions I had, even though different, Should we also appoint, we're gone blank on the number now, on the juvenile judge?
No, the statute doesn't address the juvenile side of this. So I don't even know if there's the authority to appoint an associate judge for the juvenile system.
A question, whenever you draft, getting our final order, tweaking the final order, would you mind looking at that and see if that addresses it? Because if we can in any way, and then,
I'm pretty sure they're just not addressing it.
if it's not, I'm just, if we were doing it, let's do it for as many as we could.
It's my position that it doesn't cover it. Gentlemen, you don't have any?
It seems to me that since the juvenile law falls under the family code, that it's probably not going to be part of this process. But again, this is something the legislature did not specify since it criminal courts. But juvenile law is considered criminal in the respect, so it's considered family. I'm Brad Gates, by the way, and I think there's one other thing, Mr. Perry, you need to remember here, and that is now that this position requires by law a license. We're talking about looking for someone who we believe we found, of course, who has knowledge as an attorney of criminal law. We don't want to appoint somebody who has no criminal law knowledge or experience, but at the same time now he has to stop practicing criminal law in order to take over the keys of this office, because he was in conflicts as well. So there's some give by Mr. Bain in order to be able to take over the keys of this office. And fair compensation is necessary for us to do that. And quite seriously, I don't think that it makes up necessarily for the amount of income that he might lose as an attorney practicing criminal law. Of course, there are benefits from the county. The fact that he enjoys doing that type of work and experience that he's not had doing this work for the city of Waverly for almost 20 years as an associate judge. So those are things that should be considered in determining what compensation should be.
Well, a question. One of the reasons we have appointed a magistrate years back was to help with our population, easement on our population in the jail. And if Mr. Bain is appointed to assist you in the district courts, worry about taking away the time that needs to be spent in the jail. Would that be you see that being a problem?
No, the only problem I see there being is if we don't do this, then we're going to have a problem. No, I don't. I think it's going to be an asset to all of our courts and to the commissioners too.
To be fair to Mr. Bain, because I do agree, Judge Cates, that this is an important issue and we need to make sure we do our homework on compensation. He comes on January 1. That would still give us next Tuesday. It'd give us a week, would it not, to look into this and make sure we are compensating him fairly before the first paycheck would hit on the 15th.
That's the problem with that.
Anything else, gentlemen?
You then make the motion to.
Certainly, I would make a motion that we approve the recommendation from the judges with reference to the jail magistrate, and that we would defer the compensation until the following Tuesday.
Second motion. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Aye. Thank you.